everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Roethlisberger's Steelers going up against Smith's Chiefs. So let's get you out to Kansas City as we say hello to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Tonight, we've got a good AFC matchup on tap between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Kansas City Chiefs. On the ground, it's the first carry here for Jamal Charles. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. And a look at this offensive unit now, and you see who we have highlighted, partner.
Jamal Charles, one of the most exciting, productive running backs in the NFL.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And able to find Conley. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
The goal of every offense is to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. A nice job finding an open receiver for a completion.
They go play action here on 1st down. They complete it to Hill.
Brandon, another catch for Tyreek Hill. How do you defend him? Because kickoff return, punt return, catching the ball, whether it's a receiver out of the backfield, and of course, you can run it with him too.
Well, let me give you some numbers from last year. To your point, 12 total touchdowns, 6 of them receiving, 3 rushing, and 3 in the return game.
If you're an offensive coordinator and you can't diagram plays for this guy, turn in your clipboard.
In motion right, Macklin. A 1st down carry here for Charles. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 2nd down, Jamal Charles. And he's brought down. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he whips that one incomplete there. And the starting defensive unit here for Pittsburgh.
Bud Dupree came out of the University of Kentucky determined to let everyone know that they play football there as well as basketball. A terrific pass rusher off the edge.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. Second and 10, Smith again. It's Hill, complete. And eventually stopped just shy of the goal line right around the 2. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Smith keeps, and he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Alex Smith scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he powers his way up past the 30. In 12 regular season games this last year. For Bell, averaging over 150 yards from scrimmage. First 2 games in the playoffs were great, but, you know, getting injured in the final game probably leaves a bad taste in his mouth.
Leaves a bad taste. Gives him fuel for the next season, though, because, remember, for the last few years, he hasn't been able to play a full season for various reasons. Now, going into next year, imagine those numbers over a 16-game season and heading into the playoffs. Le'Veon Bell can set new records.
On second down, it's Bell. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Tamba Ali there to bring him down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on third down.
Pass situation.
In motion is Coates. Roethlisberger now to throw on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
It's taken to the 26. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now here comes Kansas City. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they've got it here with a first down. On 1st and 10, Smith. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jamal Charles, 53 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Well, they had gone run the previous play. Nice little setup. This time they go play action. Defense bites a bit, and they hit for a big play in the end zone.
So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because it's just what you described. They ran it the previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back and throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. You always hear Coach talk about, are your eyes in the right spot? Well, this time the eyes went to the play action. It froze their feet. They weren't moving, and he went on past them and caught the pass for a touchdown.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Over the middle here to Coates. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
They come out here in the eye. Rockwood blitz coming, and down he goes. Tomahali in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Might have been one man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. Now a direct snap. It's Jamal Charles. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Again, it's Charles. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. A shotgun snap for Smith. Caught here by Conley. And he will have a first down as they get it to the ground at the 37. So he makes the grab and the change move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They go play action here on 1st down. Flushed out right and avoids the contact by sliding. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
2nd down to the offense in search of 6 yards. QB split out wide now. They're in the Wildcat. On the direct snap, Charles. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. It's Ross Cockrell that time that made the tackle.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now Jamal Charles on 3rd down. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. Here's Cairo Santos now for the Chiefs field goal. This from 44 yards away. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
Fielded about a yard deep. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And Bryant's got it over the middle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Seems to me, Brandon, that they're pretty content with where they are right now. Just going to take a knee and head in for the half.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Three down. Hey, move 45. Move 45. Push.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open. Very difficult night for the guys on offense. They've got to be looking at each other in the huddle and on the sidelines. How are we going to find some open space to complete a pass and find open room to run? This defense all night long has squeezed down the passing lanes, made plays on the football. It's really been a thing of beauty for them. He's got to figure all day long prepping for the game, they had to have talked about it again and again. Squeeze passing lanes, and we'll be in great shape.
Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
He had one man to beat. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll come out in the pistol. Charles, the lone setback. And they'll give it to him here. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on third down.
Yeah, they add a DB. 10th carry now for Jamal Charles. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. And he motions the wide receiver. Again, it's Bell. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on 3rd down.
Here we go. Black 5. Read these 2. Check.
3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. It's complete to Brown, right side. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. And I think their fans are saying, hey, where's that Roethlisberger to Brown connection been in this one?
First time they get together is in the second half. I don't think any of us would have predicted that going in, because we know how valuable that is to their offense. And that could be a big reason why they're not winning right now.
Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns. So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They come out here in the eye. Now it's the Princeton man. This is Spencer Ware. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Little lull in the action here to go over an offseason storyline that's kind of interesting. L.A. a couple years ago, they have no teams, and now they're going to have two with the move from San Diego to L.A. What does that mean for the league and for the Chargers?
It seems like an easier transition, doesn't it, than St. Louis when they moved back to Los Angeles.
Less culture shock.
Less culture shock, less, obviously geography, the whole deal. But it's a transition is not going to be easy. Remember, they're going to go play in a soccer stadium essentially for at least the first couple of years before they share a stadium with the Rams. So that changes things. Obviously trying to create an identity in the market they haven't been in a long time. They began as the Los Angeles Chargers, but only played one season as such.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
So here we go, a 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion. Out of the gun, Smith. Hard throw, incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. Now a play fake here on 1st down. This is Bell on the dump off. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
So we've got a 2nd and 5. Brown, the lone receiver, left. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger going up top. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And give them a gain of 37. Now, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Bryant with a catch right side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Easy, easy.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger over the middle here to Coates. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And they'll be in search of 11 yards here on third down.
Here we go. Blue 30. Single, slot.
On third down, Roethlisberger. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. Here we go. It's Roethlisberger on fourth down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. And now here comes Kansas City. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Second down following the run.
3 down. Hey, check. Come on, let's go.
And he is going to lose you. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
That play never got off the ground because of the defensive front. They owned the offensive line, which allowed the linebackers to see their openings and run straight to the ball. That's why that play just never had a chance.
Trip. You got 3.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Move 45. Move 45. Me and you all day. I'm coming after you.
After the run, Smith going to throw. Screen pass to Charles. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. With it is Brown. And some room to work. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, 87 yards. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7.
Under.
And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score...
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jamal Charles, his second touchdown of the night. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense.
And got his man complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. It's a big play. Roethlisberger to Brown. 45 yards. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Time for a break. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Now a desperation throw deep, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner, and just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. Down to a knee, here goes Smith, and that should all but do it. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.